Bom dia, irmãs and irmãos. This is your man Larry, the American Brazilian, saying espero que você tenha uma bom dia. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Listen, I just want to jump right into something really quick. Had some interesting stuff happen. I had a thought. I woke up this morning probably about 4 or 5 or something like that. My son came creeping in the room. He has this thing now where he wants to sleep with us. And after that, I stayed awake because I had this thought. And I don't know, it just kind of came from out of nowhere. I think I know where it comes from, but I'll mention what it is and what I think it comes from, where I think it came from in a second. And so on my way to work this morning, oftentimes I'll listen to a couple of videos because I like to hear people speak. And one person said something and I was like, okay, now this is the second I heard this in a thought and this person said it. And then I'm at work and somebody came in and that was the first thing that they had mentioned. So I said, you know what? I need to go ahead and I need to say something briefly on the subject. It's something that's kind of like out of my purview per se. It's not the norm, not anything that I talk about on YouTube. However, it's something that I feel is important and that needs to be spoken about and heard. So, and that is the subject of life insurance. Oftentimes we have this thought of invincibility. I think a lot of time our mind is somewhere that our bodies are not, unfortunately. And so that's one of those subjects that we, for whatever reason, be it out of fear, we don't necessarily like to cover because we feel like in many cases, oh man, I don't want to speak about that because that's going to get me down. That's going to like ruin my day. And I just don't want to have that on my mind. Here's the thing. I heard it said, and I don't know who made the quote, it's just a quote, I think I heard it from a movie, and that's this. You can't fully live unless you are prepared to die. I'll say it again, you can't fully live unless you are prepared to die. Now, how does one prepare to die? Well, there are just basically 2 ways that I know that you can prepare to die. One is if you believe in a higher power, God, whoever, whatever you refer to that higher power that being is. I'm a man of faith. I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian. Not perfect, but I'm a Christian. And so, you know, having that part of preparation, it gives you a degree of comfort, as well as having a natural part of preparation. What is that? Having a life insurance policy. Now, this is where I think this came from. My birthday is on April the 4th. My mom passed away in 2018 on April the 8th, 4 days after my birthday. My brother and I was fortunate enough to have my mom and blessed enough to have my mom in home hospice care, meaning that she didn't have to go to a hospice facility and we go out there back and forth, which is nothing wrong with that, and visit. But she was at home. She was at my home, at my house. And the nurses and the doctors or whoever came to see her at my house. So that was something that we didn't have to go back and forth. We just kind of like everybody had a shift. And ultimately, things didn't happen the way that we had hoped. However, we kind of saw the writing on the wall. My point is, my mom prepared everything. She prepared what she wanted her final days to look like. She prepared down to, or up to rather, her service, how she wanted that to be. And so it made it really easy for my brother and I. We basically just got in contact with whoever we need to get in contact with, and everything was done just like that. I mean, it was simple. It was a breeze. It was very easy. And so she left us without collateral damage, without creating situations in our life that we had to go into debt or do anything to make sure that her final days were sound. She took care of everything. And it was something that I remember a while ago, early on in life, you know, we would have these conversations, and I really never liked talking about these things, but I see why she thought it was so important to do that, because it made, and her and my dad, we grew up with both of our parents, they made our lives easy. You know, even growing up in the hood, they made our lives easy. And this was just yet another step that my mom took in the process of making our lives simple. And that was making sure that we didn't have the concerns or the burden placed upon us to take care of her final expenses. Now, that's something that I've done as well for my children. You know, having a will, having a trust, having a policy is important. And again, I know this is not a subject that a lot of people like to speak on. However, I think it's something that you would do well to do. And if you are interested, and let me just say before I say what I'm about to say, I make no money from this. I get no referral. I get none of that. This is just me feeling like or believing that it's something that somebody might benefit from. So what I'm going to do is below this video, in the description box, I will put a link with phone numbers, emails of a good friend of mine who I've known for well over 20 years, who took care of everything that I need to take care of. Subsequently, the company that he works for took care of everything that my mom needed to take care of, or that she handled, and it made everything very easy. So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say. It sounded like a ramble, but it's something that I feel someone could benefit from. Make sure that throughout all of the preparations, be it travel or just life in general, make sure that you are prepared to leave here if there is an unfortunate, untimely demise. Because I think for those of us who are cognizant and are mature and understand to a small degree how life works, we understand that the uncertainty will always be around. So make sure that you don't leave a burden for other people, and make sure that as much as you possibly can, you handle your business. Basically, you just handle your business. So again, I'll put a link to his information. His name is Shawn. He's a good guy. And give him a call, give him an email. You can tell him I sent you. You don't have to. Again, whether you tell him I sent you or not, I make nothing from this. This is just, again, me feeling like or believing that what I'm saying, the information that I'm giving right now, is important that somebody can benefit from. In any event, this is your man Larry, the American Brazilian, saying fala com você mais tarde, até a breve, é verdade. This was weird. I really didn't want to talk about this, but I'm glad I got it off my chest. Talk to you guys later. A paz. Peace.